When you look at a forest, certain trees stand out. They seem to hold a story, not one that they can communicate to us, but something they share in their secret language with each other, and to anybody who will listen. In Anne of Green Gables, the titular character states that maples are very sociable and are always whispering. In J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy epics, he depicted trees as slow but wise caretakers of the forest. And so much mysticism and folklore surround them that it can be hard to believe that plants can't really think or communicate. But they do think and communicate with their surroundings. It's just not in the same way humans do. Plant thought is not like the sentience or self-awareness we and other animals experience. To understand plant intelligence, we must know how biologists define intelligence. David Stenhouse is a researcher and the author of the book The Evolution of Intelligence. He defines intelligence as adaptively variable behavior within the lifetime of the individual. Another definition used by some researchers is the ability to solve problems. So, the questions become, can plants solve problems or make decisions? Can they learn? Do they have memory that helps them improve survival? An example of plants' decision-making behavior can be seen in time-lapse videos of growing plants. The growing tip will move in a small circle or head-shaking movement. This circular movement is called circumnutation. Plants use circumnutation behavior to identify accurate directions and signals such as light, gravity, and even volatile attractants from parasitic plants. In a sense, plants see their environment by using circumnutation. Not only can they see, but research shows plants demonstrate memory and learning. Memory is the ability to recall information about past events. To better clarify, it might help to draw a comparison between animals and plants. Nematodes are an example of a simple animal that collects information from its environment using sensory cells connected to sensory neurons. Information like chemical signals that help it find food. The nematode can then make assessments from this information using its primary brain, which leads to motor neurons exciting different muscles according to its needs. This is an example of learning. Like nematodes, plants also evaluate inputs through their cells and cell signaling. In fact, even if just a small part of a leaf is touched, the signaling that occurs afterwards can communicate information throughout the whole plant. When faced with a similar stress condition again, plant response happens faster because it remembers what it needs to do. Interestingly, the concepts of memory and learning seem harder to imagine for plants since they don't have a brain like animals do. It's easy for us to make the association between intelligence and having a brain. However, some plant biologists argue a brain is not necessary to express intelligent behavior. This argument relies on the fact that brains were the vehicle for the evolution of fast movement, favoring quick context assessment by animals. For plants, the absence of a central nervous system means plants used a decentralized system to collect information and communicate. This collective behavior within a decentralized system is called swarm intelligence. Think about bees. A colony of bees is comprised of many individuals with specialized roles. They are largely homogeneous and interact with each other to form complex, dynamic networks. Plant roots could be said to display swarm intelligence as each tip navigates through the dark soil. However, researchers are calling for more studies in this area as the concept, right now, is only considered plausible. There are other mysteries regarding plant intelligence. For instance, a lot of research has been concentrated on identifying signals and the positive feedback that initiate genetic changes. But to better understand and strengthen the arguments for plant intelligence, researchers will need to dig into negative feedback interactions which aren't as well known at this time. Until next time, Thank you for watching, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.